Well, this is a crocheter's conundrum. When I made her in the velvet yarn, I thought she couldn't get any cuter, and then I made her in this worsted bulky, and I kind of fell in love. Hi guys, it's Katie from Yarn Society, and today we're going to be making Sadie the Snowman. She's about 5 inches tall when made in this Bernat velvet yarn. It's a bulky velvet. And for the tutorial, I'm going to be using this bulky worsted weight yarn so that you can see the stitches better, because velvet can be a little tricky. If you don't have velvet yarn and you only have worsted and you do want to make this snowman, here is an ornament that I made, and I will link this video down below. To get started with our snowman, we're going to grab a 4.5mm crochet hook and our bulky yarn. We're going to start out with a magic circle. I am going to do a slip knot and chain 2 to get started. You can do it however you'd like, or you can follow along here. Here I have my slip knot. I'm going to chain 2. And then I am going to single crochet 6 times in that second chain from the hook. So here is single crochet 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then I'm just going to use my tail here to tighten it all up. I'm going to place a stitch marker on the last stitch of the round. Feel free to place it on the first stitch if that's what you're used to. At the end of round 1, we're going to have 6 stitches. Just want to show you here, if you do the slip knot, you may have this little bump. So you're just going to go past that into your first V-stitch. For round 2, we are going to single crochet increase in each stitch around. So here is my first single crochet. And then I'm going to go through that same stitch again and make another single crochet. We're going to move over to the next stitch and make another single crochet increase. We're going to move over and make another single crochet increase. Here is our first single crochet, back to the same stitch, and another single crochet. Move over and make another single crochet increase. Move over to our next stitch for another single crochet increase. And then make your last single crochet increase. If you do place your stitch marker on the last stitch of the round, you'll always be working in that stitch with the stitch marker. So at the end of round 2, I'm just going to change my stitch marker here. We have 12 stitches. I'm just going to tighten up my magic circle one more time. For round 3, we are going to increase into this first stitch and we're going to single crochet into the next. So every time I say an increase, I mean a single crochet increase. So 2 single crochet into the same stitch. And then we'll move over for another single crochet. We're going to repeat the same sequence. So we're going to do another single crochet increase. Then we'll move over for a single crochet. Here is a single crochet increase. And then 1 single crochet, single crochet increase, a single crochet. Here is our 5th single crochet increase. We're doing 6 total. Here is a regular single crochet. And here's our last, our 6th increase. Single crochet. At the end of round 3, we are going to have 18 stitches. You can change your stitch marker. For round 4, we are going to continue on with the sequence. We're going to do an increase, and then we're going to single crochet in the next 2. We're going to repeat that 6 times around. So we have an increase, then we're going to move over for a single crochet, move over for a single crochet. Here is our next increase. Then we have a single crochet and a single crochet. We'll move over. This is our 3rd in the sequence, so our 3rd increase. And then we can move over for a single crochet. move over for a single crochet. We have another single crochet increase. We'll move over for a single crochet and then move over for a single crochet. Here's our 5th increase. Then we'll do a single crochet in each of the next 2. And then we have our last increase. And then we'll single crochet in each of the last 2. At the end of round 4, we're going to have 24 stitches. My work is starting to turn in on me, so you may have to start turning it a little bit out, and you'll see me do that quite often. So for round 5, we are going to increase in the first stitch, and then we're going to single crochet in each of the next 3. Here's an increase. And then we're going to single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. We have another increase. Single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. Here is our 3rd increase. And then we'll single crochet in each of the next 3. Here is another increase. Single crochet in the next 3. This yarn was like really hard to work with for some reason. I didn't care much for it. Here is another increase. And then we'll single crochet in each of the next 3. Here is our last increase, and then we'll end with a single crochet in the last 3 stitches. This yarn is pretty stiff, so you're going to see me doing this a lot, trying to bring it back the right way. At the end of round 5, we're going to have 30 stitches. For round 6, we are going to do something a little bit different. We are going to do an invisible decrease, and if you need a video that goes really slow, I will link that. But just for a refresher, we're going to take our hook and we're going to go under the front loop of the first stitch, and then place our hook directly under the front loop of the next stitch. We're going to yarn over and pull that through, and then we'll yarn over and pull through again. The trick for the invisible decrease is you want to keep your yarn onto your hook. You don't want it to be too tight or too loose. You just want it to be comfy right against your hook. So now we're going to move over and make a single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. So here's 1, move over, single crochet 2, and then move over for a single crochet 3. So now here is another decrease. We're going to place our hook underneath the front loop of the first stitch, the front loop of the second, yarn over, pull through, you can get through, and then yarn over and pull through. Now we're going to single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. Here is another decrease. Front loop, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through. So now we have a single crochet in the next 3, and then we'll make another decrease. Single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. We'll make another decrease here. Single crochet in each of the next 3. And then here is our last decrease of the round. And we'll end with 3 single crochet. At the end of round 6, we're going to have 24 stitches. You might want to count to make sure that you have 24 because for round 7, we're just going to single crochet all the way around for the next 24 stitches. Thank you guys for joining me on this crochet along. I bought this yarn. I knew I wanted to use it for this tutorial, but wow, it is tough. Like, I don't know. It seems so stiff, and I like loops and threads, so I don't know what's up with this yarn, but it's funny because I like the end result. I just did not like crocheting with it. I felt like I needed like a hand massage afterward. You'll have to let me know if you guys end up making a velvet version, a Chanel, just a worsted weight. You have to let me know what you end up making because I'm curious to know what you guys are using. Continue to crochet all the way around until you reach the end of your stitch marker, and then we'll meet back. Okay, we're at the end of round 7. We still have 24 stitches. You can change your stitch marker. For round 8, we are going to decrease, and then we're going to single crochet in each of the next 2. We have a decrease, and then single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. We have another decrease, single crochet in each of the next 2. Here's our third decrease, and then we'll single crochet in each of the next 2. Here is our fourth decrease, single crochet in the next 2. We have another decrease, single crochet in the next 2. And then our 6th and final decrease, single crochet in the next 2. We're going to change our stitch marker. At the end of round 8, we're going to have 18 stitches. For round 9, we're going to decrease in the first stitch, and then we'll single crochet in the next. So here is a decrease, and then we'll single crochet. Getting a little tougher to hold this. We're going to have another decrease, and then a single crochet. We have a decrease again, and then a single crochet. So continue making one decrease and one single crochet until you reach the end. At the end of round 9, we're going to have 12 stitches. We're just going to pause for a second. We are going to place the eyes and the mouth, so grab another stitch marker so we can secure that working yarn so we don't lose it. You can grab 8mm safety eyes or something around that size. We are going to put these between round 6 and round 7. I'm just going to grab a pin and count. Here is round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So I usually like to put a pin or something in between that round. And then we are going to leave 4 stitches open in between the eyes. Once you have your eyes in place, make sure you like where they are, and then we can secure the back of the safety eyes. If you want, you can add little pink pieces for the cheeks. And I just placed it over one stitch under each eye. So I made a knot on one end. I grabbed my embroidery needle and I'm just going to go underneath a stitch here. In order to get started, I'm just going to grab a piece of yarn on the inside of the head. I'm going to pull it through to the knot. Then I'm going to go back through a piece of the yarn. I'm going to pull that through until I make a loop. Then I'm going to go behind my loop and make a knot. So now I'm just going to go up through a piece on round 7 right below that eye. And then I'll just weave it through to the other side. Once you have your little blush in place and you are happy with where it is, we're just going to make a knot on the inside of the head just to secure the yarn. So once again, we're going to grab a piece of yarn, any yarn with our needle, pull it through until we have a loop, and then we're going to go behind the loop and pull our yarn through to make a knot. I usually go about 2 or 3 times just to secure the yarn. Attach your embroidery floss like you did with the pink yarn. We are going to go up through a stitch next to the eye, so that's round 6 and 7. We're going to leave a stitch open next to the eye. And then we're going to go down into the next stitch. We're going to leave a little bit of slack on that embroidery floss because we're going to bring this piece down in order to make a smile. I'm going to go up through a stitch between round 7 and 8, and I'm going to try to find somewhat in between the middle of my black line of embroidery floss. I'm going to pull up, and then what I'm going to do is just pull that piece down with my needle, and then I'm going to place my needle very close next to where my stitch is. You can pull that through and you've just made a smile. You're going to go ahead and secure that piece on the inside of the head. Before we move on, we are just going to stuff just a little bit because it's going to get a little tougher as we continue on. I'm just going to grab some stuffing and get it in that head. Once you're happy with enough stuffing, you don't want to overstuff so that it's hard to crochet. You want to leave a little bit of movement because we'll always have another chance to stuff later on. Okay, back to crocheting. We are going to take out that extra stitch marker, and then if you haven't changed your stitch marker from the last round, which I did not, you can do that. We're moving on to round 10. Round 10 is a decrease round, so we are going to make 1 decrease, 2 stitches into 1, and then we're going to make a single crochet in the next stitch. We're going to do this 4 times around. So we have our decrease, move over for a single crochet, then we're going to make our second decrease, then another single crochet. We will make another decrease. This is our third. Single crochet. And then our fourth decrease, ending with a single crochet. At the end of round 10, we're going to have 8 stitches. You can change your stitch marker. For round 11, we are going to increase. So it's going to get a little bit easier now because it's tough when it gets so small here. We are going to make an increase in the first stitch and then a single crochet in the next. And we'll repeat this 4 times around. So we have our first stitch is an increase, 2 single crochet into the same stitch. And then we'll move over for a 1 single crochet. Then we have another increase, move over for a single crochet. Here is another increase, a single crochet, and then our fourth and final increase, ending with a single crochet. At the end of round 11, we are going to have 12 stitches. For round 12, we are going to do the same exact thing. We're just going to repeat it 6 times. So we're going to make 1 increase and then 1 single crochet. So here is our first increase. And then move over for a single crochet. And then we're just going to repeat it again, an increase and a single crochet. I'm going to let you guys count until the end of the round, an increase and a single crochet. Here we're reaching our last increase. and we'll end with a single crochet. We're going to change our stitch marker. At the end of round 12, we're going to have 18 stitches. For round 13, we are going to do 1 increase, and then we're going to single crochet in each of the next 2. Here's our first increase, and then we're going to single crochet in the next 2. Here's single crochet 1, move over, single crochet 2. Here is another increase, single crochet in the next 2 stitches. We have another increase, single crochet in each of the next 2. We have another increase, single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches, another increase, single crochet in the next 2, and then our last increase, single crochet in the next 2. At the end of round 13, we're going to have 24 stitches. For round 14, we are going to single crochet all the way around in each stitch for a total of 24 stitches. You can just single crochet all the way around until you reach your stitch marker, and then we will meet back for round 15. For the end of round 14, we're still going to have 24 stitches. For round 15, we're going to make an increase in the first stitch, single crochet in the next 3. So here is our first increase, and then we'll single crochet in each of the next 3. We have another increase, single crochet in the next 3, and then we have another increase, single crochet in the next 3, another increase, single crochet in the next 3, and then you get the pattern. So just increase, single crochet in the next 3 until the end. At the end of round 15, we are going to have 30 stitches. For round 16, we are just going to single crochet in the next 30. So I'm going to let you single crochet on your own, and then we will meet back at the end of round 16. Here we reach the end of 16, we have 30 stitches. I'm going to take a second here and just try to fill in this head and this neck really quick. You can go ahead and put a stitch marker in your working yarn or give yourself some slack. I did not give myself a lot of slack, so do not do what I do because I could have lost that yarn. We are going to start with round 17. We're going to do a decrease and single crochet in each of the next 3. We'll repeat that 6 times total. So we will start with our first decrease, single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. Then we have another decrease, single crochet in each of the next 3. I'm going to let you guys continue this sequence of a decrease, single crochet in the next 3 until you reach the end. At the end of round 17, we're going to have 24 stitches. For round 18 and 19, we are going to single crochet all the way around. So go ahead and do round 18, change your stitch marker, and then do round 19, and we will meet back at the end of round 19. Okay, we're at the end of round 19. We still have 24 stitches. Go ahead and change your stitch marker. We're almost done. We have 3 more rounds to go. I'm going to stop here for a second and place a stitch marker, and I'm just going to start stuffing. I'm not going to stuff too much because I want to be able to continue crocheting without causing any holes, but I just want to stuff enough so that I can add more in later. You still want to be able to squish them. I'm going to take a little out because that's a little too much, and then we'll add that piece in later. Okay, for round 20, we're going to get set up again, take out that extra stitch marker. We are going to do 1 decrease, and then we're going to single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. Here's our first decrease. Single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. It gets a little tough to hold once you add the stuffing in, so just do your best. We're going to do another decrease. Single crochet in the next 2 stitches. Here's another decrease. Single crochet in the next 2. Another decrease. Single crochet in the next 2. Another decrease. Single crochet in the next 2. Here is our last decrease. Single crochet in the next 2. Change your stitch marker. At the end of round 20, you're going to have 18 stitches. For round 21, we're going to make 1 decrease and then 1 single crochet, and we're going to repeat that sequence. So we have a decrease, 1 single crochet, another decrease, and then a single crochet. I'm going to let you continue with that sequence till the end. 1 decrease and 1 single crochet. We're at the end of round 21. We have 12 stitches left. And this is kind of our last time to stuff. So I'm going to place a stitch marker in my working yarn. I'm going to make a little bit of a hole in the middle of that stuffing and continue stuffing until I am happy. Take out that extra stitch marker. Change your stitch marker if you need to. For round 22, we are going to decrease 6 times around. So we're going to use up all of those stitches, and we're just going to do all decreases. Here is our first decrease. We're doing 6 total. Here is our second. Our third. Our fourth. Our fifth. And our 6th and last decrease. From here, we're going to fasten off, so go ahead and put your piece down, grab your scissors. We're going to cut a long piece. We are going to yarn over. I'm just going to take out my stitch marker here. We are going to yarn over and pull that yarn all the way through to fasten off. And I just like to tug that piece. And now we're going to close up that hole, so grab your yarn needle, weave that yarn through. And here we want to find our 6 stitches, so that knot is our fastened off, and then we want to count and find each of the 6 stitches. Sixth stitch is usually kind of hidden under here, so I'm just going to pull that up. What I like to do is take my yarn needle and go down right under that front loop only. So you can go ahead and pull that down. And then I go over to my next stitch, go behind the front loop, pull down. I'm going to find my 3rd stitch, pull down behind the front loop. Here's my 4th. Here is my 5th, and then my last stitch. From here, we're going to pinch this shut. I like to keep an eye on where this hole is when it closes. So pull that tight, and then you're going to insert your needle into where that hole was. And if you kind of mess around a little, you'll see the hole start to reveal itself, just in case you can't see it. So pull that through, you're going to pull tight, give it a little tug, not too tight, and then you kind of smush it back up, and there is your finished piece. So weave in that remaining yarn really well, and then we will see what our friend looks like. So go ahead and grab a 3.5 millimeter, that's an E crochet hook, and we're going to start out with a slip knot. You can crochet 71 chains. Okay, for the scarf, we are going to single crochet in that 2nd chain from the hook, and then we're going to single crochet all the way down the row until you reach the end. For the video, I did it oopsie, and I did a single crochet all the way down the row, but in my actual pattern, instead of a single crochet, I did half double crochet stitches, which made the scarf a little thicker. So feel free to do whichever. I do think the half double crochets down the row looked better, but if you like to just single crochet, go ahead and do that. It's not a big deal at all. And at the end, we'll have 70 stitches. You're just going to want to weave your yarn in really well, both of those pieces, and then I'll show you how I place the scarf. What I like to do to place the scarf is I grab one of the corners and kind of put it in the corner of the snowman, and then I wrap it around his head, go back around to the side, and then I pull that tail through. So this is the single crochet scarf, and it is a little thin, and the velvet one actually has the thicker one, so you will be able to see the difference. The scarf naturally curls on its own, and if you don't like a curly scarf but you don't feel like blocking, you can grab some fabric glue. I like Aleene's glue, and you can glue that down. Just let it dry for a few hours, and then it'll be good to go. Moving on to the bow, we're going to leave a really long tail. We're going to make a slip knot. We're going to work with that E hook again. And we are going to chain 3. We are going to make 4 double crochet in that 3rd chain from the hook. So to make a double crochet, we're going to yarn over, place our hook into that chain, yarn over again, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over and pull through 2. Then we're going to yarn over and go do that same stitch again for our 2nd double crochet. So yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. Here is our 3rd double crochet into that same stitch. And then here is our 4th. From here, we're going to chain 3. Here is chain 1, chain 2, and chain 3. And now we're going to make a slip stitch. It's all going into the same hole here, so make a slip stitch, pull through, and then pull through your work. We're going to chain 3 again, so we have chain 1, chain 2, and chain 3. Now we're going to make 4 double crochet into that same hole once again. Here's double crochet 1, double crochet 2, double crochet 3, and 4. We're going to chain 3 one more time, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to end it with a slip stitch going through that same stitch. You can close that tail just to kind of tighten it up. I actually ran out of yarn, but go ahead and cut a long tail and then we can fasten off. So we're just going to yarn over and pull our yarn through. You can tighten your fastened off piece and then you can also use that tail to tighten up your bow. So what we want to do is take one of the yarn tails, we're going to wrap it around about 3 times going in one direction. And then you're going to take the other yarn tail and go in the opposite direction. This is a little tricky to do, but once you have that, you can place it on the table and then make a double knot in the back with the 2 tails that are left. And that is your bow. That's it. If those yarn tails are long enough, you can use it to attach to the head, but if they're not, you can just cut a long piece of yarn and thread that yarn in through the back of the bow. I think I lucked out and I think this is gonna fit. So let's just see. I'm gonna place a pin where I want the bow to stay, and then you can just turn the snowman over to make a knot, and then we'll weave in the yarn into the body. If you want, you can always add a little bit of fabric glue to the bow because it does get a little wobbly. Thank you so much for joining me on this tutorial. Here is the velvet yarn and here is that worsted, and I love them both, but I don't know which one I love better. I know we shouldn't have favorites, but you'll have to let me know in the comments which one you guys like. If you like this video, please check out my snowman ornament next, and also check out yarnsociety.com for free crochet patterns. I'm wishing you all a beautiful holiday season and a happy new year.